Hey there, guys, it's Metro, and the day has come. We are beginning BRD today. So, yeah, let's get to it, man. I think this is going to be very interesting. So, we did all the stuff here in the last episode. I think we got every quest. I don't, wait, no. Yeah, there's one more thing we have to do. Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, this is it, right? Well, no, where is it? We got to go back to Iron Forge. Yeah. So really cool questing in BRD. I think really BRD is without question the most flavorful endgame content. It's not, technically endgame. I think, especially in it looks like maybe post TBC. I don't know when they changed this, but it's been nerfed. I was looking at the levels and not satisfied with them, so I actually changed a lot of it back. Now I don't necessarily know about the trash. I didn't spend too much time looking at trash levels, but yeah, bosses, I did change a lot of them back because it seemed like, yeah, it was a bit silly. Although it is also a bit silly that the dungeon ranges a full 9 levels from the start. The first boss in the dungeon is level 50, and the last boss in the dungeon is level 59, which is kind of cool, but also kind of weird. But yeah, so yeah, we're gonna start. This is gonna be like a many moons here. We're gonna be spending it in BRD. I don't know exactly how long it's going to take us to get every quest done, but I would imagine it's not going to be too easy. So, yeah, I mean, there's some high volume in this dungeon too. It's not going to be like Sunken Temple. I think Sunken Temple was actually a little buggy too on that front, where we had a lot of packs that were not pulling properly. So, I don't know, maybe BRD is also like that, but yeah, there's some difficulty in here. It looks like so. We'll see. I mean, also going to be higher level than a lot of the beginning. And we got our buffs now. So, but I did get everything that I wanted to get done. We got. I'm pretty sure the Ani quest works through the weird like ending part. So we'll see. I don't know. That's very unlikely to work. But once we get to that point, we'll continue to iterate and work on it. But it should work. This like next steps that we have are going to work for sure. I've already tested those, so I think at least. But then, well, yeah, okay. So okay, and then we worked on the experience. I changed the experience of every enemy in the dungeon. Like I said, I also buffed the levels of some of the bosses, and I added valor badges to all the bosses. I think we got that done. There's a little bit of a weird situation in BRD, just if you look at it on paper, because one, the arena has a different boss, I guess, each time you do it or something. I don't really even know how that place works, to be honest. Two, the 7 is not actually boss drop loot, it's from a chest, so I think I figured that out. It's not that dissimilar, but I wasn't sure. And then what was the other thing? Oh yeah, like those like box things that you open and they spawn. I don't know how that actually works. I'm not sure I've done that very much, so yeah, we'll figure all that out today. Well, not probably today, but in the coming episodes. And then we'll be in BRD. Very exciting time. So, all right. So let's quickly get, because we got only a full hour for this. So I gotta go pretty much one full hour from right now. So we got to get this moving. But we are gonna listen to what the royal historian Archisanus has to say, because this is very important. Oh my. The information explains quite a bit about Tharasin. There's much more to learn. Okay, and now he has a quest. Have you been to the smoldering ruins of Tharasin? Did you happen to run into a pitiful lout named Karen Mighthammer, the dwarf that was supposedly watching over my baby girl? The king sobs. And now she's gone, Metro. I have had my men turn the steps upside down. The only clue they have as to the whereabouts of my daughter is that she may be inside the depths. For all I know, she could be dead. Karen is supposedly being held prisoner there. Find him. I want answers. Travel the Blackrock depths and find Karen at Mighthammer. Okay. So he's another one that's imprisoned. It's kind of cool area, to be honest. There's a lot of mobs. I don't know how the BRD prisons are so full, but they have a lot of fullness to them. So yeah, if you guys, yeah, I'm sure everybody already knows the story here. I highly doubt this is somehow a spoiler for anybody, but if so, it is a crazy spoiler. It's actually insane. Yeah, you can just go this way. Moira, I don't know why. I don't know if it's going to be explained in the story. I've actually not done this, I don't think. I don't think I've ever done this quest line, because I had only ever, like, yeah, I don't remember the actual story here, I guess, one way or the other. But She's here. She's captured, quote unquote. I think originally she is captured. I'm not sure like why she's here in the first place. So maybe that is explained in the story. But regardless, she ends up falling in love with Dagran Thorsen, right? And then her son is the character in The War Within. Very interesting. His, father is the boss that we're about to kill. So pretty cool. And fucking tragic, to be honest, too, honestly. It's bad for everybody, right? Magni, yeah, this is bad because they're at war with the Dark Irons. Obviously, in Classic, it's looked at the Dark Irons are like a mortal enemy. I think maybe if you really pay attention to the lore in Classic, you might realize that's not true. But, yeah, I mean, it's a fucking raid boss, basically. You know what I mean? Like, it's the last boss of a dungeon, so you would think, like, all right, well, there's no way that faction is ever going to be looked at as a positive. But, yeah, I mean, they're actually just dwarves at the end of the day, so they do eventually come together. And it's partially due to her, I think, right? Because I guess she becomes, like, active ruler of them after his death. I don't fully understand that part, but then ultimately the Dark Iron Dwarves become an allied race, and you can play as one now, So, and then ultimately, Thorison's son is a main character in The War Within. Like, how fucking cool is that, And one of the best voice acting and most charming characters in the entire expansion. So, really, really cool. Love this. Love how this connects to the future. And, yeah, I love how Magni is so sure that she's either dead or that this is really bad for her. And she's actually, it's the complete opposite. So you come in here, theoretically, if you look at the story of it, you're here because he told you to come and free her. And so the quest actually requires not killing her. She's part of the final encounter. You can actually kill her. It makes the fight a little bit easier, too. So, yeah, but if you don't kill her, which is actually kind of hard to do, then you're like, oh, we've done our job. We've saved her. That's the quest, right? But in reality, it's not what anybody wants. Well, it's what he wants, but that's it. Okay, so step one is we have to die in order to get the quest, and I'm not really sure how best to do that. I guess we can just fall into the lava, but then we have to go down and get our corpse. So I was hoping to not do that. But yeah, I don't think there's any other way to get the quest, right? Is it here? I know in Season of Discover, or in a Classic, whatever, they made a thing so you don't have to die because of hardcore shit. But yeah, I don't think that's... So, alright, I guess we'll fall into the lava and die. It's probably the only actual way. Or we can just have a, like, GM command death type thing, but... No, that's fine. We'll try not to keep cheating. Maybe we can just fall to our death. Oh, no, we're gonna miss. Alright, anyway, that's fine. We'll just die in lava over here. Close enough to the exit. Oh, that's a new one. Graveyard right outside the dungeon. That's kind of cool. That's a new one. I don't know. Maybe that always existed though, and you don't normally. Like maybe this only is accessible if you're actually dead outside the dungeon and not inside the dungeon. Famously, at least with BWL, I remember. I don't remember dying a lot in BC or in BRD / Molten Core. BC, MC. Anyway, yeah, I don't remember this death a lot, to be honest, but I do remember BWL dying a lot, doing like progression rating in there, and it was. The graveyard is actually at the quest hub on the right side of the zone with the goblins and shit. So that's pretty rough. Very, very, very. It's like a 10-minute run back. So every time you wipe in the dungeon, you actually have to run back like for 10 minutes. But anyway, now that we're dead, we're going to be able to go and get the quest. And this quest is going to be crucial. I think hopefully there's no follow-up. Yeah, there it is. Falcorn. Franclorn. I always thought it was Falcorn. Because I guess I don't know. I think I have like some kind of dyslexia, I guess. A lot of times I see that with numbers, but some names too. I mean, I think it's just, I assume it's based on a name in real life, but it's actually a ridiculous name that you'd never see anywhere else. Franclorn Forgerite is the full name. And he is dead here for whatever reason. And we're going to be able to get a quest from him, which is really, 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 really cool. And this quest is going to be crucial for the dungeon. Greetings, human. I am Fran Clorin Fordray. Are you here to learn of the Spire and of the Dark Iron? Amazing. I've never spoken to a ghost. I wish to learn. I had no choice, or so I thought. I would endure the destruction of Thaurissan and stand by the side of my king and his people. Under the controls of Ragnarok's king Dagran, Thaurissan tore out the heart of this mountain and erected Blackrock Spire. He worked tirelessly to build a dwarven city mightier than any city or fortress that came before, or would come after. I stood by and watched the corruption of Ragnaros seep through the hearts and minds of the Dark Iron Nation. This once honorable race driven to madness, to evil. When the construction of the spire was complete, my will to live amongst my people gave way. I passed as a hero of the new nation of Dark Iron. This tomb was placed here, at the entrance to the city I planned and built, in honor of my efforts. My great hammer, Ironfell, was handed down to the new chief architect, Phineas Darkfire, a man of despicable motive and little talent. This is where you come in, Metro. I want him stopped. He is too inept to harness the power of Ironfell, but should one come after him with the aptitude to use Ironfell to its full potential, the destruction they could cause with their creations would be disastrous to this world. Just show me the way. You will find Phineas Darkfire beyond the Ring of Law in the Hall of Crafting. Kill the miserable cur and recover Ironfell. Take Ironfell to the Shrine of Thaurissan and place the hammer in its rightful place, in the hands of the statue erected in my honor. When this is done, the compartment in which I stored the master key will open. More importantly, Ironfell will remain forever in my grasp. Should they make an attempt to remove the hammer, both the statue and the hammer will shatter, lost forever. Greetings, Metro. I am Francorn Fordray. Yes, the Francorn Fordray, responsible for the stone wrought method of architecture. You have undoubtedly passed through or stood upon one of my creations in your adventure across this war-torn world. You are probably wondering why I am here and what it is that I want from you. Both valid questions. I need your assistance, of course. In exchange for your assistance, I shall grant you the key to the depths of my accursed city. Wait, why? Whether it is greed which brought you here or an act of selfish devotion, what you are about to undertake is for the good of us all. That's the first quest. Okay, that's weird. You will find Phineas Darkfire beyond the Ring of Law in the Hall of Crafting. Kill the miserable cur and recover Ironfell. Take Ironfell to the Shrine of Thaurissan and place the hammer in its rightful place, in the hands of the statue erected in my honor. When this is done, okay, well, we already read all this. It's the exact same. Okay. Alright, so that is the first quest in BRD. And really cool concept here, being dead, first of all. I mean, very unique mechanically, right, for World of Warcraft. Then on top of that, we also have the fact that it's like, I guess, an incredibly important character. You don't really see a lot of like legends being talked to in, especially when they're dead. In Classic, that's not really a thing, so that's really cool. And that's it. But anyway, yeah, and then we're gonna get the key. It's really, really cool quest line. I really love how this city plays out. We also have this quest. The fabric of which our world is woven is most delicate. It merely takes some knowledge and the application of said knowledge to tear the fabric. It is thusly that rifts are born. Rifts stir, tear, and collapse all around us, human. Not 2 paces from where I stand is a terror leading through the depths of Blackrock Mountain into the maw of the Fire Lord. Surprised? Pity. The mortal races cannot comprehend that which they cannot see, touch, or feel. I assure you, the portal is there and access is possible. I've piqued your interest. Attunement is simple. Venture into Blackrock depths and retrieve a core fragment. Return it to me and I shall tune your essence with the portal. Okay. Cool, but not that cool because we like going into the dungeon. I love this concept. Something that you don't really see anywhere else. I don't think it exists anywhere in TBC, but all 4 raids are actually accessible through dungeons in Classic. Very interesting, and yeah, like I said, something I do like. So I could easily see myself going and doing Molten Core and having to go through BRD to do it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because there is going to be a change to the weapon, Iron Foe. So we already talked about Iron Foe in the last episode because that is the weapon that Marshal Windsor had. And we know that they are... Oh, there's a rare there, the Behemoth. Yeah, we know that there are connections there. But it seems to be, to me, that Iron Foe is very much esteemed amongst Dark Iron Dwarves, to the point where they, instead of killing the man who held it, they let him live and stole it from him. That sounds like an interesting thing, doesn't it? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, similar to how when you have Corrupted Ashbringer on, you become friendly with the Scarlet Crusade, I'm going to make that same interaction with Iron Foe. And when you are wielding Iron Foe, or perhaps we'll make a quest. I haven't fully figured it out yet. It's going to be a very long time from now, I think. But once we have the weapon, we'll figure it out. And I don't know what black diamonds are even for. But anyway, once we have it, we will be doing that. We also got a strength scroll. That's nice. But that's my plan. And then we will be neutral to everything in the city. And we'll be able to enter it freely. And so we're going to try to make that a thing, because I really, really, really like this concept in general. I want this to be rogue. I think we talked about this at some point in the playthrough, but I want this to be a rogue concept. Like, you're going to have the ability to disguise yourself as enemies, and as such sneak by them without having to be in stealth and stuff. Like, they will be friendly to you. And I want there to be quests for that. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I will actually probably try to make quests as well. For BRD stuff, and we'll see. I don't know. Now that I've figured out how to make quests, or now that I realize the tool is as powerful as it is, I think the sky's the limit in some ways. So we'll see. See how it plays out. But that is my plan. It's been my plan for a long time now. I wanted to do this, and I wanted to add quests to basically hostile things that are turned unhostile. Since the classic server that I started. I always liked that idea, and I actually tried to do it with a rogue, like I was saying, and the reason I couldn't do it there was because I can't edit spells. I've talked about this, but like the client can't be patched. The 1.14 client can't be patched, so we had to basically, we can only patch the server side stuff, which does work for like 70% of things, but yeah, the 30% of the stuff we can't do is like really, really important. And looks like we're gonna die here. This is an elite. Gotta pay attention here, I think. He does like an immense amount of damage with some fire spell. Fire note also. It looks like he's got maybe like a flame shock type spell. Okay, we got him killed. And it looks like a black diamond drops every single time you kill an enemy down here. So now we gotta go back though. Actually, no, let's just continue, because we're gonna go back and forth a bunch. Where's our heart set? Oh, no. Okay. This is real bad. Already 18 minutes in, but yeah, I think we gotta go back. I don't actually know if there is a hearth at either of these cities. So we gotta find one. Because we're gonna be back and forth a lot here. Forgot to do that. But yeah, anyway, my point about all that was that I think it's a really, really interesting content. I wanted to do it, like I said, as a rogue, because I thought it'd be really cool to have like a rogue questline where you infiltrate the Defias, and a rogue questline where you infiltrate the Syndicate, and a rogue questline where you, I don't know, like other factions, you know what I mean? And yeah, I really, really like the concept. So we're gonna try to get that going with the Dark Iron Dwarf stuff. You know, I think it'd be cool to have the Dark Iron Dwarf also be rogue related, but like at this point I really don't have any plans on playing a rogue soon. Like I have, if I was to continue and finish and get to my end goals here, I would then like to do some combination of warrior, Draenei Shaman, and Blood Elf Paladin. Those three are playthroughs I want to do. The warrior I do want to do as a blacksmith thing. So yeah, I probably gonna end up doing dwarf if I did a warrior. Unfortunately, I kind of really want to do orc, but it just feels like there's way better blacksmith alliance like regulation, I guess. It makes more sense too, because the end game, quote unquote, for alliance for blacksmithing is dark iron, and since that is, you know, so heavily connected to the alliance, it seems far more likely that a dwarf would make more connection to it, you know. But yeah, that's very far from now, one way or the other. So even discussing it seems folly. But yeah, anyway, unfortunately, we gotta take a little diversion here. Just because we're gonna have to go back and forth a bunch. I'm not really sure what the closest, like, inn is. I assume it's gonna be... Like, I don't think there's an inn at this location, but if we have to go to Lakeshire, we will. Or maybe we just go to Stormwind. Probably Stormwind is the better bet anyway. But let's see, closest into Blackrock. Oops. The answer is the Grim Guzzler. That's not what I'm talking about. Everybody keeps talking about Horde because apparently it's hard for them to get here. You see, there's Dark Iron out here too. But I don't know that we're gonna do that. I want to save that kind of because that's like there's like a quest and everything. It's like kind of yeah, too much. I don't want to do that content. That feels like something that should be done in like a blacksmithing focused challenge thing. So I've done enough blacksmithing as it is. Unfortunately, I feel like I've done too much. So. Yeah, alright, we're good. Actually, we have a lot of mining nodes too. We can definitely craft some stuff. But basically, BRD is like it's really like two parts. Like there's two separate halves to it. Effectively, like you can't even access the second half right now until you have the key. And typically, like when you're playing on a private server or like I just mean any classic experience. You're very unlikely to get into a group that somebody doesn't have the key. So it's pretty common that like you don't even have to do this quest as an individual, just as long as you have a group of people that somebody has it done, you're good. But because we're alone, we got to do all this stuff ourselves. So like this is gonna be similar to, this is gonna be the same way with Upper Blackrock Spire. It's gonna be the same way with Skolemans. It's gonna be I think there's a couple like Undead Stratholme as well. Like these things require keys. And I like that idea. Are you sure Pylon said Incendius when he died? Lord Incendius is reportedly the minion of Ragnarok. Whatever will we do? Do you think you can handle another mission? I don't have anybody else to send, Metro. We will never get a team in if Incendius continues to raise Pyron from the ashes. You'll have to find and destroy Lord Incendius. And do. Okay, so yeah, there's definitely not an in here, right? Okay, so for now, let's just go to Lakeshire real quick, whatever the closest one is. We'll just set our hearth there just so we can have it on this continent. Because we're going to, like I said, be in and out a lot. And then we will get in and start the... I should have at least 30 minutes in BRD, hopefully. In fact, yeah, no, I want to get there, so... Let's go ahead and do a little cheaty stuff again just to make sure, because I really want to get started in there. I just kind of fucked up. And just port ourselves back. We're actually already very close to the entrance, so... Oh, we're actually at, yeah, we're in the dungeon already. Perfect. Testing this all out, making sure this stuff works, so... Okay. Get the flight, or get the hearth set, and then we'll port ourselves back. I think Lakeshire might be my favorite human town. Where's the inn? Oh, this person.
Open for business.
Okay, we're back. But yeah, so now we have to go inside and do a bunch of stuff. BRD, here we are. All right, so first thing first, take the ring off. Second things first, buff. First time using these on the playthrough. Okay, make sure we have the right. That's the fear one, so we're gonna need that on a keybind somewhere. Put that there, I guess. Speed one we have, and then kings, and we got mark of the wild already. Cool. All right, so there's our buffs. So let's see what happens. So we can't access that gate yet. So far only 2 enemies, but again, they're pretty low. I definitely think a lot of the levels have been nerfed here. I don't remember these guys being 48 in Classic, but maybe. That's pretty low. I mean, that's like lower than Sunken Temple, right? So that's kind of wacky. No challenge as of right now. Don't even need diseases. I just realized no diseases up either. Oh yeah, we have the Dark Iron Fanny Pack quest, but you see there's going to be like some pretty high volume pulls here, so I think we're going to have some trouble with just that on its own. Not really sure what we should pursue first, but I am going to go try to do like a full clear of this early area today. That would be our first goal. But obviously we can make sure that the Ani attunement questline works, and we'll do that. Okay. These guys not really doing anything, at least. Yeah, I mean, they're so low level. It'll be a while probably before we have any real challenge here, but I'm sure we'll find some. Don't you worry. Black diamonds all the days. Really don't know what they're for. I think they're maybe a rep. They're in some way related to the rep. There's the door. We can't open it yet. Probably would have been a good idea to go get some gems before we started, but 102 in our inventory, so we're going to get a lot. I didn't plan on doing a full clear of this place, but it looks like we're probably going to have to just because of the bloodworms constantly aggroing stuff. Yeah, we're definitely going to go clear out the middle area here, because there is a boss back there. Don't necessarily need anything from it, I don't think, but I'm not really sure like what gear we would even want in here, to be honest, but I know the last boss has a ton of loot that we want, so we're going to be doing a lot of that. Good thing about Iron Foe is it's also an epic, meaning 2 sockets. Made those changes as well. All blues in the dungeon should have sockets on them. I hope I did that right. I don't think I messed that up, but maybe. It's certainly possible. The buffs seem to be substantial, though. We're not in any danger whatsoever. If we had some AoE, it would probably be pretty efficient. I mean, these Bloodhounds aren't even elite, so that's a concern. Take a look at the healing chart too. Take a look. Yeah, the gems of restoration are actually really powerful. A good purchase. I guess at this point, yeah, let's just turn around and go down the middle now. Large pulls coming up here, though, you know? That mob just reset on us or something, I think. No, it's, I don't know what it's doing. Getting disarmed a bunch too is really problematic. But we are very bulky now with this these drums on, I guess. It's just like a consistent amount of healing, which is something we didn't even really need, but definitely is going to make other characters' lives a lot different. I guess I should just start getting the black diamonds, because man, we're gonna have a lot left if we don't. Also, I need to remember, I want to make the weak words I have on live that just show the duration. I think I have a separate weak word for that. I should just get that too. I bet that will... I don't know what the actual issue is with this duration thing on Rune Weapon, but the fact that it doesn't work and I never figured it out, I don't know. guess I gotta pay attention to the buffs, because Kings only last 30 minutes. Although at this point, 30 minutes, we're gonna have to end the episode, so. Actually, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much on the dot. Okay, let's just start picking those up, I guess. Yeah, let's rebuff it now then. I guess we do a lot of damage now, but I'm really shocked at how quick these mobs are dying. Feels like this is even easier than Sunken Temple. Our overall damage has not really improved that much. I mean, it's gone up maybe like on average like 100 DPS, which is a good amount. It's actually a pretty sizable thing if you look at it percentage-wise, but with all the buffs, I thought we were doing like way more than just that. Now, there's also an interesting thing. I don't really know how this works, but I can already see it. There's blacksmithing plans over there. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if it's a set. Like, if there's always just one there and it's always the same pattern, or if it's some kind of rare pattern, or if it's a random pattern, or what. But we're gonna figure it out. But yeah, in order to open the gates, we need to kill the boss, right? Is that how we do that? Not actually sure. I don't think you can get a key anywhere else. Stack, right? We also got a 14 slot bag, so that's good for the bank. I guess we'll purchase another one. Plenty of money. Strength to bracers. Another, that was a spirit scroll. It's our first one. Okay, so what is this? Nothing? I clicked it, nothing happened, so I don't know what that is. Confusing. Alright, anyway. I think we even have to fight these side poles, right? Anything else in there? No treasures or nothing. Decide we want to fight even more, it's fine, honestly. Even the boss only 52. Yeah, the high volume in here indicates that we're getting a lot of experience too, so that's cool. We've already gotten a good chunk. I haven't actually noticed how much we've gotten, but it looks like we've gotten a lot, because I don't know where we were at. The last episode I barely played a character, so I didn't even pay attention to how much experience we gained from the whole quest line, but we did a lot of questing at least. Okay, we got prison cell key, badge of justice, and male spell power boots. So we don't want those. Now we have the key, so we gotta go to different areas. There's not always a door that can be opened, but I think there's a good amount of them throughout the area. Is there not a guy over here? Maybe not. Oh my god. Alright. First. I imagine we're gonna die here, but maybe not. Yeah, we keep getting disarmed too. Oh, we can fear the mobs. Does that not work? Oh, we didn't like cast it or something? I got more stuff, of course. Should have expected that, I guess. Just keep the diseases going. Looks like we're gonna be alright here. Somehow. Enough low health enemies that we keep killing off for extra health too, I think is a big part of it. Rune weapon actually back up. Full on back. Well, that was fun. Now, what? Is there not the guy? I thought the guy would be over here, but I guess not. Again, we're gonna do this. Sweet. And we don't have a fear up.
Or a potion, but we do eventually comes up. Leather. Okay, we gotta figure out what we're missing here. I thought the guy was on this side. I guess they're both on one side. Boxes, but we can't open these. Not sure what the residue's for either, honestly. Bunch of spirit scrolls. It's actually kind of nice though, because these quests a lot of these quests require you to come back and go in and out multiple times. But when it's just me, I can just do that whenever I want, you know? It's kind of cool. It's like, all right, well, I committed to doing a full clear BRD, so I got one quest done. Now I got to go do another full clear of it to get another one quest done, kind of thing, you know? But yeah, it's quite nice. Once we get this area done, then we won't have to come back here for a while. Hopefully we're gonna have enough time to finish this. I think we should. I got about 15 minutes left. Speed it up a bit since we really aren't in much danger. No, we just dropped diseases. But that's fine. There's only 3 mobs left. Well, so far, keep getting disarmed. We're probably dead here. Yep, I just can't play my character. Sweet. Alright, well, I guess now we're really in trouble. Luckily, the run back's not too bad. We need to find some way to prevent disarm. Like some gem or something that we can do. 'Cause that's brutal. Wow, really? No? Yes. Yeah, all of our buffs are gone now too. So what is it? It's the guardsmen that are disarming us, I guess? Bit ridiculous. It's just over and over again. Gotta be guardsmen because there's 2 of them in this pack, and I don't think we fought 2 of them in other packs, maybe. Oh wow. 2 pieces from 1 trash mob, that's funny. Yeah, that's why. Double guardsmen, 2 pulls away full there. Not what we want. There's actually like 4 elites there. Not a super common composition here, mob wise. Oh, they didn't actually get there. They despawned before they got there. Okay. Well, that's pretty much all we have time for today. So let's do the quest now. And then we'll just focus on the quest for now. That's all we need to clear anyway. Let's do this one first, just in case. This is the Ragged John one, or yeah, Marshall Windsor one.
Greetings.
Where is he? I'll murder him.
See you around.
Bolvar is a fool. I was gathering his precious proof so that I could shove it down his throat. He's a blind buffoon. Proof stands 2 feet away from him and he does not see it. As for my data, it's lost, gone, unrecoverable. Should I ever find Ironfoe and make it out of this labyrinth, my first stop will be Stormwind, to place my hammer in between that reptile's eyes. Leave me, Metro.
Later.
Abandon hope. Okay. Getting these items. Alright, yeah, now we do the dwarf one. And then we hearth. So that was like 40 minutes of BRD and we got one small area cleared, you see? It's gonna be pretty nuts. All is lost. Please let me explain. Hear me out before passing judgment. Listen well, human. Several months ago, the magistrate of Lakeshire sent envoys to Ironforge, pleading with the king for assistance with the Blackrock incursion coming from Redridge and the Burning Steppes. Princess Moira volunteered to help against my pleadings. I was assigned 20 elite guardmen to protect the princess through the perilous journey from the lock to Lakeshire. We made our way through the Searing Gorge tunnel and into the ravaged wastelands comprising the gorge. In retrospect, things were eerily quiet. The only dangers we ran across were the wildlife of the region, creatures that my men easily dispatched. We reached Blackrock Mountain with relative ease and made our way through the stone-wrought construction without so much as a hiccup. As we were making our way across the burning steppes, we were ambushed. It might have been 100 of them, dark iron dwarves. They were shifting out of the walls, from the rocks and the steps, out of every crevice, nook, and cranny in sight. They swarmed us, overwhelmed the guards and the few brave heroes that agreed to assist us on their mission. One thing was clear. This was a highly orchestrated ambush. It was as if they had known every move we would make before we made them. So you suspect that someone on the inside was involved, that they were tipped off? How else could this have happened? Someone must have tipped them off. So help me. If I ever get out of here, I will spend the rest of my days finding the traitor. Where was I? Oh yes, so we were captured. My elite guardsmen were executed on the spot. They spared me and took the princess away by the way of Ram. I was taken to the detention halls of the slag pit and was transferred to this prison. I can only assume I am still alive because they wish to extract a ransom for my pitiful life, or maybe out of cruelty, as a way to let me forever play back the events that transpired in my mind. Regret is the cruelest jailer of all. She now resides at the side of Emperor Tharasan. He has her under some sort of powerful thought-altering spell, and here I sit, completely helpless. The door is open, Karen. You are a free man. As you can see, there is nothing I could have done. You must take this information back to King Magni, Metro. He will know what to do. Okay. Hearth. We don't have time to do both, so I guess we'll go to... maybe we do. We'll see. I don't know. Yeah, let's do both. Okay. Good amount of experience gained in this episode too, man. I think. I don't know. I'm not really sure where we started, like I said, but it certainly seems like it.
Well met.
Okay, so how this quest works, once we finish this, it seems like we're just done. Like, Marshall Windsor seems like, Marshall Windsor seems like he's unable to help us. So we talk to Marshall Maxwell and tell him that, and then it seems like we're just done. Like, the quest line's cold. But then, item drops, okay? And the item is the next half of the quest line. It's the documents that he thinks he lost, right? Or he knows he lost, I guess. Now, so that was concerning to me because I didn't know, like, if that item still existed. I didn't know if it was still going to drop. I don't know how to make it drop. Like, I actually don't know how to do that. I have no idea how to make an item drop after you're not, like, if you're not actually on a quest, I don't know how to make it drop. So I don't know what that is. I'm sure it's something I could learn, but regardless, yeah, I don't know what that is. So I'm glad it still works because it does. I didn't have to change anything. I can't be bothered right now. Me and my Winky got a meeting to attend. Okay, I don't really, that's not. What is a dingy fanny pack? Oh, piece of gear. That's cloth? Don't look like it. Guess I got a ring. Wasn't a ring I was using, right? Now, okay, good. Alright, what else? He's gone mad, apparently. It is unfortunate that a once proud and noble warrior would be turned into a blithering headcase. I guess we reached a dead end. I must reward you for your efforts thus far, Metro. Mail helmet. Very unlikely to be an upgrade. Oh, there we go. Plate feet. Okay. That's way more likely. That might be an upgrade. We also ding. Where'd they go? Nope. Spirit, intellect, and fire resist. Okay. So that seems like that's the end of it, right? On our way to Ironforge, let's try to get... Actually, fuck this. I don't have enough time for this, so... Might as well. We've committed to doing it before anyway. Actually, I don't know how it works now that we're on a flight path, but... Okay, I thought it might really be a problem doing that, but... Yeah, perfect. Now we have enough time to read it and enjoy it. Yeah, so they think he's insane because he's talking about corruption from within, basically, and nobody else sees it somehow. Anyway, more points into necrosis. How's that doing for us? Not terrible. Okay, so yeah, it sounds to me like Moira tipped him off, doesn't it? I don't know who was the actual, like, the rat or whatever you'd say. It would seem as if my old adversary, Dagran Thorazan, has me and the kingdom of Ironforge at his mercy. You may be my last hope, Metro. You must rescue my dear daughter, Moira. There's only one way to make sure that the spell Thorazan has cast on Moira is broken. Kill him. And Metro, do not harm her. Remember, she is being controlled by Thorazan. The things she may do or say as a result of Thorazan's evil spell. Okay, so that's it. I thought there would be more. Yeah, the good shit starts after, basically. But yeah, okay, so that's it. Look at all the quests, too. Wow. We already turned some in as well. But yeah, we have... Next episode, we will be doing the Dark Iron Legacy quest, for sure, to try to get the... That's next, for sure. To try to get the key to the city. But well, I guess really next episode, we'll be doing the other bosses in there. But we did get the key for the gate, for the doors, so we don't need to do that boss ever again. It's kind of a waste of time. It's a long, it takes a while to get to it. And then yeah, the rest of the stuff, Baelgar and all that. So exciting times. Thank you for watching. Hopefully it's been enjoyable up until this point. Now the end game begins. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.